highlighting what I've already said. But I did just want to be really explicit about what our actual proposal is and what it's not. Because I do think that the way that the kind of headline was written by the county that had like amplified sound, midnight, and it was just, it made it seem like we were doing all of those things. Like, no, that's not our intention at all. So basically, what we are proposing to do is to be able to sell beer and wine in the cafe a little later. Happy hour, you know, and essentially, sometimes. And it will only probably be in the summer when it's warm. In the lobby, before and after films, basically that's not really a comfortable place, and the front patio. And I'd like to walk you guys out there and kind of talk through what we're imagining doing there. And the front patio is all about the afternoons. I mean, if you guys have ever walked into the theater in the afternoon, it's great. It's a great time to be there. The sun stays long until kind of 7 or 8 in the summers. It's a great place to be. But it's really clear, no amplified, you know, sound outdoors at all. That's not what we're talking about. 0. And even with amplified music, there's a local ordinance that says no amplified music after 10 p.m. So in the case where we would try to have something different than a film, like a band or a comedian or something, it would be required that it's over by 10 p.m. That's just like what the local ordinance is, and we would of course follow that. We followed all laws. We will continue to follow all laws. We are of course not going to serve any alcohol to minors. Like, we never had that intention. Never will have that intention. But the other piece is basically around the films. So one thing I want to be really explicit about is this is a movie theater. This will continue to be a movie theater. This is our heritage. We will continue to, our primary use of the space will continue to be a movie theater. But we also would like to experiment sometimes, which was asked for by our community, to try to do other kinds of things sometimes. And so we requested, the county wanted us to put a number on up to what quantity would you do this. And we said, okay, what about like twice per month? No more than twice per month. It would only happen on a Friday or Saturday, and we would try to bring in sometimes a local comedian, musician, or some kind of performance. There's this mini stage here. I don't know if anybody was here for Bobby Joe when he came to sing a few months ago. It's a nice experience. But again, just remembering back to that culture piece. We're not bringing in loud, angry music that's going to have like drunken debauchery. We're planning for, you know, thoughtful, curated. Steph wants that, but
yeah. Sorry.
But no, I mean, this is important. You know, at least the spirit of our community and our ownership is that we want to bring people together in a thoughtful way around film, around creativity and culture. That's like what this place has always been about. That's what we want to continue.
Colin?
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
One quick question.
Sure.
I appreciate a lot what you say your intentions are.
Yeah.
That's not what it says in the permit proposal. So I'm wondering if the permit proposal will be modified.
What is it specifically that you think was in the permit proposal that I'm not saying?
That you, and I know it's a county ordinance, but that you could have the amplified music until midnight, and or even not, you know, I was more concerned about the dog patch, and it makes the sound in here like this permit covers the whole point,
Yeah.
1 point.
Yeah, I read it too. I think that,
acres.
yeah. I know what you're talking about, because in that headline, it listed the 3 things that it intended to cover. And then at the end, the last sentence was about the amplified sound. And then it said, for the property that is this full property.
Exactly.
That did not intend to mean amplified sound on the full property. That intended to mean all of these 3 things are what they're asking to do for the property that exists in this place. So it's the county. They have to identify what property they're talking about in the official language of county planning. And so that's why they voted as such. The property that exists at this on Bohemian Highway and has this, they were not saying that all these things are going to happen across the full property. I have 100% confidence that that's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then
Just
your
pause for.
intention to be able to sell alcohol until midnight?
The only case in which it would make sense, the reason why you put midnight on there was because what the county wants is to see what is your use of this property, what's the full range of use that would happen. So the early morning on the cafe side, and then in the case that we have a 9 p.m. film, which, you know, sometimes that makes sense, not that unreasonable. 9 p.m. film, 2.5 hours, over 11:30, and then our team needs to basically be able to clean up. And that's why we put midnight. But again, we don't have any intention of having alcohol late night until that time. I would be interested in to hear other people's perspectives on that. I'm going to pause for a second because I do think that we're basically done with what we wanted to share. I do think that it might be worth just like, for those that are interested, just take 5 minutes, walk outside so I can actually talk through what is envisioned for that outdoor area, because that's like the one thing that's going to be changing. And then we come back and basically have a longer discussion. Does that sound fine? Let's just do it very quickly, yeah.
Okay, so you're attending, is it a general theater like the ABC? General theater, that's classification of the many
It's just for the lobby and
application.
Yeah.
So it's pending? I thought that you already had in place an application, that this was a
the
modification.
application is there
On
for the
existing-
theater. The one that already exists is in the cafe.
Oh,
That one is until 3 p.m.
that's
currently.
been granted, it's all.
That already sits done and did that a long
So
time
this
ago.
is considered an add-on or
An expansion,
modification of an
exactly.
already granted, that's what I wanted.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's just take 2 minutes for those that want to, because and then I would like.
some questions, Colin.
You want to just keep it going?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Let's just keep chatting then. Go for it.
Do you have any
I'm just
other,
gonna sit down and make sure I'm taking notes.
Do you have any other situations similar to County Board, Lee County or State Line that's comfortable and successful?
You mean like a similar venue?
Parkside.
Well,
Yeah.
I,
Raven, Parkside, down in Oakland.
Parkside, which is out in Oakland.
The new Parkway.
Oh, Parkway.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
probably the most similar in spirit in terms of a theater, where they have 2 screens, which is nice. But they've been doing similar mixes of a lot of films, but also sometimes they have sporting events, and they have a full like pizza restaurant. It's just a little bit. They have a bigger kitchen, but it's a really nice, enjoyable place to be. They do kids things all the way up to classic films, and it's